Okay, so here we go. 5:01. We are 1 minute late because we were actually chatting about the number of press conferences. Having said that, 3 points to talk about, like we had said. 3 points to talk about. Devashish, firstly, you said that there was enormous amount of people
Oh
in.
my
Just
goodness!
give us an update on that.
Means
He, by the way, just came from Eden Gardens.
absolutely, Buryada. I mean, there were few hundreds of people outside as the England team was leaving for their hotel.
Do we have those visuals, Gargi? The team coming in. I think you have the visuals,
Yes,
no? Can you play the visuals? The Indian team coming in and all of that.
but it reminds us of the atmosphere which normally we associate with a match whenever there's a match at Indian Gardens. Hundreds of people just to look at the players coming out, and these are the visuals of the England team coming into the Indian Gardens. I'm talking about the England team leaving, and there were few hundreds. It was around, what time was it? 5:15, 5:15 p.m. As
5:50 code.
it was 4:15. Sorry, 4:15 p.m. Sorry.
Oh, anyway, well,
But these are the visuals of the England team. But England have announced a very strong side. That batting side, batting order looks very potent. Kargi, if you just look at Salt, Duckett, Butler, then you have Brook. I mean, those five, Livingstone.
any of the five can win you a game.
Yes, absolutely. But we don't know about the Indian 11, which is expected, which is expected.
So what is Shujanda saying? What kind of a wicket are you expecting? Shomik has also joined.
Yeah, it's going to be a wicket that is full of runs. Means that is what Snehasis Ganguly in that interview to you said. Means obviously the wicket at the Eden Gardens will be full of runs, and obviously there will be a pace and bounce. So both the teams will be looking forward to some pace.
Shomik,
bowlers.
were you there at the India press conference?
Yes.
So what happened? Quickly tell us then.
A few things. One is that Surya was asked about the dressing room atmosphere. He said it's absolutely fine, absolutely light. And यहाँ पे आने के टाइम बस पे गाने बज रहे थे. He was asked about Gautam Gambhir and his working relationship with Gautam Gambhir. He said, I have played for 4 years under Gautival's captaincy. And I mean, we understand each other. He is someone who keeps things simple. He is someone who gives us a lot of freedom. Uh, as regards, I asked him about being missed out on the Champions Trophy, and he's being branded as just one format cricketer. He said, "See, it's my fault. I'm hurt that it's my fault because I haven't been scoring runs in ODIs, and that's why I'm not in the Champions Trophy squad. If I would have scored runs, I would have been there. So from that point of view, I was not good enough. I didn't play well in the ODIs. That aspect hurts, but I have good wishes for the Champions Trophy, our Champions Trophy team." On Shami's return, he said, "It's great to have an experienced player like Shami back to the fold. He has trained for a couple of days with us, and if someone like Shami can hit his straps quickly, that would augur very well for the Indian team." Once again, he repeated that the team's batting order, barring the two openers, will be very flexible. Although Surya himself is likely to bat at number 4, and he had lots of praise for Sanju Samson, the way he has played over the last 7-8 ODIs, cementing the opening slot in this format.
Any any update on the team? Did he say anything? Any
No,
idea?
no. See, the thing is that, I mean, as typical to the Indian team, unlike the England team, England put out their 11 a day before the match. Australia also do that. India don't do that, but we can assume, given the way India have played in the last couple of series, there is unlikely to be too much changes. That one aspect is that whether they go with, I mean, they have Varun Chakravarti, they have Akshar will play, Varun Chakravarti and Ravi Vishnoy. Due factor in the morning, Butler also spoke about the due factor. India specifically training in the evening session today to get a feel of the conditions, how the due factor is going to play. So from that point of view, due factor might just influence them in terms of picking the bowling combination.
Okay. So if I ask both Gargi and Devashish, Gargi, whoever wants to go, what is the likely team? You go first, then Gargi. Shomik is saying not too many changes. So,
But who will be the fast bowlers? I think I assume Shami, Arshdeep. Those are the two certainties. Hardik Pandya will be the third option, and then you have the two spinners in the likes of Akshar Patel. Obviously, he's the vice captain, so Akshar Patel, and then it will be a toss up between Ravi Bishnoi and Washington Sundar. I think Shamikda Ravi Bishnoi is a good option.
Yeah,
so Arshdeep is one. Who's the partner?
Shami,
Arshdeep,
Arshdeep,
Shami, and Hardik.
and Hardik.
So these are your three fast bowlers.
fast
But
bowlers.
Shomik, with pace and bounce, do you want to go in with Nitish Reddy also? You don't want Nitish Reddy
I
in the
think
eleven.
no, I think so. I think Nitish Reddy, they might play Nitish Reddy, given that he will add balance to the side, and also Ravi Bishnoi, as Devashish said, wrist spin. If Dew plays a part, then wrist spin is okay. But Nitish Reddy, the way he added balance to the side in the last few T20Is, it would be difficult for them, for the team management, to leave him out.
But Muriada, talking about the team atmosphere, means obviously yesterday also I was listening to Shubhan's video. He that there has been a drastically difference between the atmosphere what we witnessed in Australia and the one which we are witnessing here in Calcutta. Means obviously there was a team bonding session last night where all the players took part. In fact, there's a video that is going viral with Abhishek Nair and Sanju Samson
Yeah,
singing a song Joe from that famous film Jojita Vai Sikandar. And obviously today we saw Gautam Gambhir going to Kalighat Mandir to give his puja. So clearly, and his manager is not anywhere around. So clearly, that is one thing, and also the team was in all the two practices. I don't know about today, but I think the entire team and the support staff are coming in the same team bus. Though I did notice Dayanand and Rajiv Ji, the mature at the Eden Gardens while I was coming to your place. I did notice them because they normally go before to sort of carry the kits and the baggages obviously
Exactly.
before the training session. So that might be the reason that they have turned up
They
at the
do
Eden
that every game. They do that every game.
So
Yes.
someone's asking, Priyanshu, I think. Gargi, you reckon no Harshit Rana at his home ground, Kolkata Knight Riders?
Who will be the other paces then? You have a Hardik
Vignesh,
Pandya.
so Hardik Pandya, then they might
Yeah.
just Nitish
I
Reddy out.
don't think Boria that they would be going in for an extra fast bowler because Hardik
Exactly.
the role, and as Shomikda was saying, if Nitish Reddy can fit in, then you have another
Then you
option.
have two options. Exactly.
Exactly.
And your two spinners will be what? Ravi Bishnoi and
Ravi Bishnoi and Akshar
Akshar
Patel.
Patel.
Akshar
So no
Patel.
Sundar.
No.
Interesting
think
side. This has a
yeah.
lot of firepower, this side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, at the start also, there is enormous amount of firepower. Sanju Samson in that kind of form, Surya Kumar Yadav himself in South
Abhishek
Africa
Sharma.
also, Abhishek Sharma will. Is this make or break for Abhishek Sharma?
Yes, today. Do you reckon that Tilak Verma will make his debut tomorrow?
He played in
Tilak
South Africa.
Verma,
T20?
he played
He
now.
played, he
Yeah, yeah.
played in South Africa. He got
He
100.
scored a century. He scored a
He got 100.
century.
Tilak Verma, do you reckon will he be in the playing 11?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, I also think so because he played very well in South Africa.
So
he
what
got
would be
100.
the batting order?
So I think it will be Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Surya Kumar Yadav, Tilak Verma. These are your top four. Rinku Singh, Hardik Pandya, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Akshar Patel comes in somewhere there.
Oh, that is very-
8. Akshar Patel will come ahead of possibly because of that floater or whatever you want to call
Yes.
it. And then your three fast bowlers will be, two fast bowlers will be Arshdeep Singh and Mohammad Shami, and one spinner
Ravi
in
Bishnoi.
Ravi Bishnoi there. So Ravi
So that's
Bishnoi
it.
and Akshar Patel, two spinners. Nitish Reddy, Hardik Pandya, two pace bowling all-rounders. Plus you have the Abhishek Sharma left-arm spin option, and you have Arshdeep Singh and Mohammad Shami as your fast bowlers.
Right.
Plenty of bowling options there. Plenty of
Plenty.
bowling.
I think you also bat very deep.
Yeah, you bat till number 9.
Yes,
Number 9, exactly. You bat till number 9. So that's a solid team right there. That's a
That's
solid
this is
team
like-
that they have.
good
England,
T20.
England is going with 4 fast bowlers.
And the ball I got it.
England team: Phil Salt, Ben Duckett, Josh Butler, Harry Brook, Liam Livingstone, Bethel, James Overton, Gus Atkinson, Jofra Archer, Adil Rashid, and Mark Wood. So
Arey baapre, so imagine
Wood,
the pace.
Archer, Atkinson, and Overton, four
So
pacers.
Jofra Archer at 145, Mark Wood at 150. So there is real pace in that lineup, raw pace. And at Eden Gardens, so what is the pitch like? Shomik, what is Shujanda saying? Has
I
he
mean, I
created
heard
chin
no.
music?
I spoke to Shujanta. Shujanta said, "Ei piche run thakbe." Like he said, it will help stroke play. It will help stroke play. The pitch will have bounce. Batsmen will be able to play on the up. That's according to Shujanda. That this pitch will be full of runs. He is expecting a high scoring affair. Although Brendan McCallum at yesterday's press conference said he reckons the pitch could be on a bit on a slower side.
Okay, so Shujanda says runs, McCallum says slower side. Shubhan, what is your take on the wicket?
Oh, it will be runs, plenty of runs. I
You
think one.
tweeted a photo saying runs, runs, and runs.
It's slightly on a greener side, but that has been the case in Eden Gardens during the IPL as well. One side of the boundary is a bit shorter. But the where the Saurav Ganguly stand is, where the Julian Goswami stand is, that side of the ground is a bit shorter. But I think Eden Gardens has not produced a slower pitch in for a few years now. It has been always fast paced. See, I am expecting more than 220 runs easily on this wicket. But given that it is under lights, night match under lights, there will be a bit of moisture early on with the new ball. I think first 2 3 overs you have to be a bit careful, and after that you can go hammer and tongs and score as many runs as possible. We saw Josh Butler's century in the IPL last time around. We saw how many runs KKR and the other teams who came here to play managed to put up here at the Eden Gardens. It will be no different when India and England take the field tomorrow. So expecting plenty of runs, 220 plus is what I feel. But I don't think the pitch will be on the slower side. If McCallum has said that, I think he's just playing mind games, because this pitch will have runs on board. This pitch has runs on for the batters.
So Shomik, on the one hand, he's saying slower side and he's picking 4 fast bowlers.
Yeah, and no, see, I think that pitch factor is redundant here in the sense both teams boast of serious heavy artilleries. If you look at England's batting lineup from top down, even to Brendan Kerrs or Gus Atkinson, who are basically bowlers. I'm leaving out the likes of Harry Brook, Josh Butler, Phil Salt, Jacob Bethel. They are strong armed enough, and also the Indian batting lineup also, they are strong armed enough to make the pitch factor redundant. They can force the pace, and I mean, both teams basically follow a similar template. England have been an early bird in this in giving T20 cricket or white ball cricket a new template. Belatedly, it dawned on India that we have to play that way. We cannot, all 20 overs are power play overs. And in the last, since the T20 World Cup last year, in the last 7 ODIs, India have went past 200 plus scores in 7 T20Is, and twice they flirted with 300, scoring somewhat around 297 once and 283 once. I wrote that in the preview today also in the morning. So these both teams boast of serious heavy artilleries, and the pitch factor is sort of redundant here.
Okay, so we've set up the match quite nicely. Somebody is asking, "Are you guys based in Kolkata?" Yes, we are based in India, and all over India. Gargi is in Delhi. The rest of us in Kolkata at the moment. So there will be plenty of us at the Eden Gardens tomorrow for the preview and the post match coverage. So don't worry about that. Coming to our next point of discussion, Shubhan Chakraborty, Shomik Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, Gargi Raut. What is going on with the jersey? I'll start with you, Shubhan. Why is India not putting Pakistan's name? And is this a diplomatic masterstroke? According to me, it is. If you can snub Pakistan this way, despite it being their tournament, you want to make a statement, why not? If ICC loopholes allow, what is going on? Shubhan?
Boreda, if you remember the Asia Cup 2023, all the yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you remember the 2023 Asia Cup, India did not have Pakistan's name on their logo. All the other teams had during the Asia Cup as well. So this is nothing new. If we go about ICC's regulation or ACC's regulation, it is not mandatory. It is a custom that all the teams follow, but it is not mandatory at all. And the person I spoke to within the BCCI powers, he said one simple thing. If you look at the Champions Trophy tour that are happening all around the world, when the Champions Trophy tour is held outside, you will see on the podium that Champions Trophy, and beneath that you will see Pakistan's name. But when the Champions Trophy tour is happening in different cities in India, you will not see Pakistan's name. Rather than you will see DP World, which is the principal sponsor of this Champions Trophy. So it is not a mandatory thing that to have a host nation's name. Yes, but many people are pointing it out on social media that Pakistan had India's name. Then why can't India have Pakistan's name on their chest? During the 23 ODI World Cup, Pakistan had India's name on their logo. But it is not mandatory. Any team, if they want, if they can provide good reasons for to refuse that offer, they are well within their rights to do so. So it is nothing. It is not a very major story. But yeah, if you talk about geopolitical political angle, then of course India have once again shown that they have their dominant hand against Pakistan in front of Pakistan. So clearly, I think in terms of the diplomatic or geopolitical angle, India have won this one. But I don't think it's a very major issue to create a fuss around, which has been happening on social media. Buria.
Shomik, Shubhayan is trying to downplay it because he's got friends in Pakistan. But what about you?
I have got too many friends in Pakistan, but that's not the case. See, I reached out to both BCCI and ICC, and I shared the text with you also on your personal. One BCCI functionary, on condition of anonymity, said the same thing, that it's a custom, it's not mandatory, and we are not playing in Pakistan. We are playing in Dubai. Number one, I reached one, an ICC spokesperson said we haven't received the kit yet. There are certain specifications in the ICC clause as far as the team kit is concerned, but clearly that Pakistan 2025 is not one of them. So as long as the team kit is adhering to the ICC specifications, then ICC is fine with that. But at the same time, he said that we haven't received the team kit, so at the moment I can't comment anything on this. Um, Osman, Pakistan's most respected cricket correspondent, and he is a very dear friend of mine. Osman put out a tweet saying that whatever is coming out from Pakistan is coming out from the sidekicks. PCB officially hasn't commented on the issue.
Yeah, what will PCB comment? BCCI is well within its rights to do what they are doing.
Exactly.
Frankly, if there is a rule, you're using the rule. This is like, running someone out. This is like mankading. You are within the rules. You are playing within
Exactly.
the rules, and you're fine. You are absolutely.
Yeah.
I should have used the word India won this round. Devashish, India won this round.
Absolutely,
Next time, Mohsin
absolutely.
Naqvi will say we must do this.
So what has India done leading up to the Champions Trophy? They did not go to Pakistan. So Pakistan will be still crying. Second thing, what the Indians did, not putting the Pakistan's name in the jersey. So and also moving the game, playing their matches in Dubai. So Pakistan had a lot of things to cry about. So as far as India's decision, BCCI's decision leading up to the Champions Trophy is concerned.
Gargi, where do you stand on this?
Like you said, India's beat Pakistan in this one, and this was a good, I mean, quite entertaining to watch, honestly, because this was a loophole that we didn't even think of. We didn't even think of this happening, and it came out of the blue. And uh, as entertaining it is to watch, clearly BCCI have found a loophole and tried to give. And this is I think this is very not politically, for the lack of a better word, very politically motivated, and it's a hit back at Pakistan, uh, for a game that BCCI had already won. So this is like the cherry
Anybody
on
who,
top. Yeah,
anybody who says sports and politics don't mix, I
they
hope after
always
no, it is always mixed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is always. Sports and politics are great bedfellows, actually. So, Shubhan, if I say Act 1, Scene 1 was not going to Pakistan, Act 2, Scene 2, Dubai, Act 3, Act 1, Scene 3, this one, and now the final act will be on the 23rd of February, India versus Pakistan. God forbid if
One more
Pakistan.
act, one
What is
more
the
act before that. Rohit Sharma will also not travel to Pakistan for the opening ceremony and the captain's photo shoot. He will be joining virtually, though, as far as I know. He will be joining virtually.
India is playing the Champions Trophy. Virtually is fine. What is the problem? He will not step foot on Pakistan soil. Finished.
No, he has a very important Ranji Trophy match to play. That is what the BCCI will tell ICC.
And he has to prove himself in red ball cricket. Again, you found a way. You found a way. And
It's
how
a,
can
it's
you
ma-
miss?
it's mandatory now to play domestic cricket, so he can't miss this one.
Yes, and our players are so committed to playing domestic cricket. How can you say that they are not? So great.
Yeah.
But incredibly good. When you find your way. But on moving on to our third point, and this is the other very important point. You guys have now found out the jersey story, and we will keep an eye. We will actually put out the jersey for you. Don't worry. We will put out the jersey for you very shortly. But Shubhan, Shomik, Gargi, and Devashish, 3 days to go. 3 days to go. Every possible source that I've tapped in Pakistan is saying they are not meeting the deadline. By the way,
But Boria, isn't the deadline extended to 30 or 31st?
31st.
31st is what Pakistan is claiming is now the deadline. Originally, it was 31st December. Then it was 25th January. Now Pakistan is saying it's 31st January. Then they will say it is 5th of February. It is coming. 5th of February is also coming very shortly. But clearly, they are nowhere near. They're nowhere near completion as far as Lahore is concerned. But I was told, Shubhan, I was told, Shomik, that Karachi is almost done. Is Karachi done? Is it done? Because I am told even Karachi, there are some things that are still awaiting to be done. They'll still need about 4 or 5 days, even for Karachi. Is that true? What is the update? Shomik, you go first before I ask all my guests what the implications of this are.
As of now, as things stand today, only Pindi has got ISIS clearance.
Clear.
Only Pindi.
Correct.
Karachi hasn't yet received the formal approval from the ICC yet, but they expect that sooner rather than later, they'll be able to give the go ahead to the Karachi venue. With the Gaddafi Stadium, they raised it to the ground, and according to them, they are building it from scratch. So before 5th February is nothing going to happen. 5th February is likely to be the first phase when they would be handing over some section to the ICC. The thing is that ICC is not taking the tournament away from Pakistan. Pakistan knows that, and Pakistan knows that, and their excuse at this moment in time to the ICC is the West Punjab fog, as because they are facing the West Punjab fog with the bad weather, stuff like that. The work has been hampered, and they are asking ICC to be a little considerate. What I have got from my Pakistan sources in Pakistan, that nothing is going to happen before 5th of February.
Smile. Why are you even concerned about Pakistan when you aren't playing in Pakistan? What is it? Pakistan, your matches would be in Dubai. No other country is having problems. Look at your team and their preparations, folks. Whoever you are, the ICC is having problems. They've not given the clearance. This is an international tournament. What do you mean you're not looking at Dubai? You're looking at Pakistan or whatever? Of course, we look at Pakistan. If the host country, along with Dubai, India's matches were moved to Dubai, thank goodness for that for Pakistan, because otherwise, imagine India playing in Gaddafi Stadium at this point in time, and Pakistan would be at its knees in trying to complete. What are you talking about? We are looking at Pakistan. When the Commonwealth Games was going on in Delhi, you mean to say the whole world wasn't criticizing us? You mean to say we weren't being critical? We are not. We are not cheerleaders here like some Pakistani YouTubers saying, everything is hunky dory. Call spade a spade. Have the courage to do so. Have the guts to do so. They've made a national embarrassment of themselves in front of the world. They had claimed Gaddafi Stadium would be the showpiece. It would be the signature to showcase in front of the world. And look at where it is at this point in time, with 5 days left, 10 days left, and now they're saying they want an extension of a deadline. This is a country where you want to go for an international event? What are you talking about? Your political correctness can go for a toss as far as I'm concerned. Shuhan, what is the update from Lahore that you are getting before I go to Gargi and Devashish?
Again, the stadium preparations are far from over. As Shomikda said, it will take some time for them to complete things, and even 5th February, as you guys are saying, I'm not sure whether it will be completed before 5th February as well. In one of our lives, we had discussed that during the last couple of days they might hand over the stadiums completely to the ICC, the Lahore one especially, because if you look at the main gallery, the main section of the stadium, like we have our clubhouse section here at the Eden Gardens, it is completely under construction, and even the base level work is not completed. Like they have not even completed the concrete, putting concrete or putting cement on the steel pillars, the aluminum pillars that they have. So I think it will at least take. I was showing the visuals of that Lahore main entrance to one of my civil engineer friends, and he jokingly said minimum 21 days. Even if they work 24/7, it will take minimum 21 days, because if you put concrete on the pillars, it will take at least a couple of days for it to dry up. Then you can put another layer of concrete on that. If you put everything there and then let it soak under the heat, then the structure itself won't be as hardened as you would want a newly constructed arena to be. So there are some technicalities. I am not a civil engineer, so I can't dive deep into it. But I'm pretty sure February 5, there will be some sections of the stadium which won't be handed over to the ICC for the Champions Trophy.
By the way, we don't have somebody saying, why are we crying? We are crying because you guys will be at your knees in some days and become a national embarrassment. Our heart goes out to you. That's why we are crying. Trust me. We also have friends in Pakistan, but honestly, you should have gotten your act together. And you're staging an international tournament after 2 decades. You should have gotten your act together and done a better job. Devashish, where do you stand on this before I ask Gargi?
Yeah, I also believe that Pakistan has already faced enough embarrassment to the cricket world, and more embarrassment lies in store ahead. Means obviously, as everyone is saying, means I think they will still have plenty of work to complete before that February 5th deadline. So clearly, PCB has already faced enough embarrassment, and they will further face more embarrassment in the coming days. So clearly, whatever the YouTubers, Pakistani YouTubers, or even the journalists on social media, the timeline is filled with journalists sharing the visuals of Lahore's Gaddafi Stadium and saying, "Don't worry, guys, it will be completed." So these are all rubbish. These are all rubbish, because clearly the work is not yet complete, and it will not meet the deadline of February 5th.
It was 31st December, then 25th January, then 31st January, now 5th February. Shubhan says it will not even be done by 5th of February. Gargi, the point is India and Pakistan will always be different. It is not some other country. Australia and Pakistan, or England and Pakistan, or New Zealand and Pakistan have not fought 5 wars. The political connotation or the political relationship between India and Pakistan will always have a bearing on sport or any other bilateral contact of whatever nature. So of course we will be concerned. And secondly, we are talking about an international cricket tournament. Other teams are playing in Pakistan, and as journalists, we have every right to question where they are in terms of their completing of their stadiums. Why should we not? We are talking about covering an international tournament, and our people will also cover the games that are being played in Pakistan. It is our job. If you make a mess of it, it is our job to point it out. And we've done that for India also. It's not as if we've not done that for India. When our stadiums weren't built in 2010, I wrote a whole damn book criticizing our own people, because it's our job as the media to be conscience keepers. Where are you standing on this, Gargi?
To start with the political tensions between India and Pakistan and how that seeps into sports, how can you not expect it to? Is my question. When you talk about sports, when you say that politics and sports should not mix, when you're that is a completely different context. But when you take India and Pakistan, the two nations that have been in tension for since I don't know how long, how many years, and we're not talking about political tensions or trade relations or whatever. We're talking about terrorists, we're talking about threats, we're talking about serious security issues, we're talking about terrorist attacks. So this is not something that is to be taken lightly. And also, if it did not, if this political tension, geopolitical tension did not seep into cricket or any other sport, I would be more concerned. Because I don't know how people have an issue with, BCCI or the government not wanting to send one of our most prized possessions in sport in the country, the Indian team, to Pakistan. How will that even work out? That is your prized possession in sport. The Indian team is a national treasure. They've built this sport from the bottom up, and it is, one of the biggest things in India. And you're saying that, after everything that's happened in the year and in the last one couple of years, let's say, with the political tensions rising, security threats rising, you can't do that. And it would be very unfair to say that politics and uh, okay, it would be unfair to say that politics and sports should not mix here. They absolutely should. And the second
Ranji,
part
take
yeah,
this question. I mean, this
Smile
is
is
the
saying,
Pakistan is facing these things because your board doesn't want to play here. We have shown sportsmanship over the years, but you have issues over everything.
this
Come on.
isn't about sportsmanship.
You have shown sportsmanship. You have had terrorists in your country who have killed people. And that's why we don't travel. The
Exactly.
reason is your country is unsafe. And that is what is being deemed by our Ministry of Home Affairs and our Ministry of External Affairs. It has nothing to do with the BCCI. And let us not even go into the political history of that. We can narrate one after the other when you and your people have been embarrassed in front of the world. And there are some good people in Pakistan. Sadly, they also fall prey to this. So it is nothing to do with sportsmanship. Absolutely nothing. If you want to mask this under sportsmanship and think you are doing some grand tale by helping India, I'm sorry. You have done nothing in the world to do that, and India doesn't need your help. We are doing what we need to do, and that is not play in your country and showing you the mirror that look, you are still not safe enough. That's why we will play in Dubai. That is why we will play in Dubai. Make your country for a change, a safer place for your own people. For your own people. And thank goodness the tournament wasn't moved out of Pakistan. Then you would have lost out on the 70 million revenue. So let's not get started on your sportsmanship, for God's sake. Sportsmanship or hell. Shubhan, your quick response to this before we move on to Ranji Trophy and our players all of a sudden deciding to play Ranji Trophy.
See, Pakistan have shown sportsmanship. India have not shown sportsmanship. Uh, India have suffered the most. Cross-border terrorism. It is India who have always suffered, not the other way. So we have all the rights to deny or to refuse to go to Pakistan, and we have been doing so since your the Mumbai attack which happened at the Taj, Nariman Point, and etc. etc. And apart from that, there have been numerous firing in the border, the northern side of border. So India have all the right to refuse because it is our army men, our people, our civilians who have died, not the other way around. So I won't add much to it
And let's
apart
just put
from
it
this.
in context. We did not ask the ECB to stop their players from playing the PSL and give
Right.
clearances. The ECB gave their players clearances to play the IPL and refused to give their player clearance to go and play the PSL. We did not tell the ECB to do that. And by the way, even if India said, the ECB is well within its rights to say no. It is the ECB's call. So I hope that debate is settled once and for all. Okay.
And
Yes.
talking about that sports, someone has written that sportsman spirit means in Pakistan media, Pakistani players will accept the fact that India happens to few of the venues like Chennai, Calcutta.
We stood up and gave them a
Mohali
standing ovation.
has been the has had the most sporting crowds, means accepting the Pakistani team with both arms. So
Hyderabad.
has there ever been an issue with security whenever the Pakistan team has come and play here in India?
Kolkata?
But definitely, if you ask me, Karachi is not the safest place to visit. Means that clearly, and we hear reports, we watch the reports of every now and then there is some attack here and there in their own country. So, do you expect that in this Pakistan to be a safer place for Indian team to travel? Unfortunately, we can't accept this logic. Means obviously India happens to be one of the most sporting, as far as the fans are concerned. They have the most sportsmen fans.
To 1999, Wasim Akram's team, the whole Chennai crowd of 40,000 stood up and applauded when India lost that game by 16, 12 runs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that is one of the greatest games in history. Calcutta, I was there. Even when the crowd disturbance happened, it happened.
The Asian Test Championship was
Asian,
held
that
in
is what
front,
I'm
means
saying.
obviously.
And all of us stood up for Wasim Bhai's team.
Exactly.
So players are not involved here. Our problem is not with the Pakistani players. Our problem is not with people like, some journalists there. Our problem is the country has done things, the political establishment, and we all know who we are talking about here, who controls the political establishment. They are the ones who have created these cross-border tensions by harboring terrorists and creating an atmosphere which is not conducive for our team to travel to Pakistan. Simple as that. There's nothing to do with people-to-people contact. Shubhayan has friends, Shomik has friends, you have friends, I have friends, Gargi has friends. When in Australia, do we not meet our Pakistani friends? Of course we do, and we will. But the problem is not with them. The problem is far deeper. Let's address the issue. Let's address the elephant in the room. Anyway, let's move to our final question. Gargi, tokenism or not? Virat Kohli playing one Ranji game, Rohit Sharma playing one Ranji game. Is this tokenism, or do you see this as structural change?
I wouldn't exactly call it tokenism. I think it sets the right precedent. First of all, I think it will be a good example for younger generation of cricketers to come, that they cannot, end up ignoring the domestic circuit because of IPL or whatever franchise cricket. I think it's a good structural change. It has to start somewhere, and I like that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are stepping up and sort of going in, setting an example. So I don't see anything wrong with it. And I think it's a great way to sort of lead by example.
I won't say so. Means obviously we can only say in the, when the next season starts. Means obviously whether then we see the star players, if they are not on international assignment, will they go on to represent their state teams? Means obviously yes. It's good to see a Virat, a Rohit, all the star players turning up for their state side. But whether it's a structural change, we'll get to know next season or rather the later matches. What I feel.
One slightly different question. Rohit playing the Ranji Trophy match. Shomik, I'll come to you for sure. Rohit playing the Ranji Trophy match, red ball cricket, does it mean that he's still saying, I've got red ball cricket left in him? Does it mean he will put his name forward for the England series?
Definitely. I think he has time and again mentioned in the previous press conference in Australia as well, that my mind, my body is working fine. The reflexes are working fine. So as long as I keep on going, my body keeps on going. I'll continue to play cricket. Nowhere has he hinted that he will call it quits in the near future. And I don't know whether it will be possible or not. But somewhere down in his mind, he wants to play that 2027 ODI World Cup. I don't know whether it will be possible. In current situation. It looks close to impossible. But again, it would be very unfair to rule such a player out so early. Yes, he has not had the best of 3 months, but in the past we have seen even Sachin Tendulkar during in his 30s he has had a dip, but then at the age of 37 he made a fantastic comeback in terms of form, reviving his form. So you never know. A good Champions Trophy, a good Ranji Trophy match here against Jammu Kashmir at a smaller ground like BKC, where runs are easily scored. You never know. A good knock which will boost his confidence. A good Champions Trophy, uh, a good IPL. You never know. Rohit Sharma and BCCI would be a bit tentative. Yes, there can be talks. We want to move on. This is a transition phase. We want to move on from the dead legs. But if we score runs, given that it is in England, the five test series in England, would you be confident of starting with a player like a Devdutt Padikkal or a Ruturaj Gaikwad or a Sai Sudarshan as your mainstream opener? No, neither from the three names I took, none of them opened the innings for their state teams, and all of them have some sort of issues against swinging deliveries. If we give a chance to Abhimanyu Ishwaran, who has been part of the team, will the team be confident enough, or will they have a big name like Rohit Sharma in place of him and say, okay, let's take this as the last series, and then we'll take a call when West Indies come at our home, and we start our home season. But for England, I think BCCI will also be a bit tentative. The selection committee will also be a tentative whether to phase out Rohit Sharma from that series. So if he has a good Champions Trophy, if he has a good Ranji Trophy followed by a Champions Trophy followed by a IPL, then we are surely going to see Rohit Sharma in that England tour. So I mean, this is a glorious chance for Rohit, for Virat to pile up some runs, spend some time out there, and then get that feel of scoring big runs, spending a day or two out there with the bat, and to feel good about their batting. I think they were not feeling good about their batting in Australia, but if they can manage some runs under their belt, they will be good to go for England tour as well. So I feel it is very unfair for all of us, for media, for fans, for former cricketers, experts, pundits, to rule a big player like Rohit Sharma, or big players like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli out so early.
Shomik,
It's absolute tokenism. What's the point of playing red ball domestic cricket when your red ball season is over? If they're really willing, they could have played in the Dalip Trophy. Now that BCCI has come up with that 10-point dictate, they are doing that. Rohit Sharma's position as a test batsman has become untenable. He is a walking wicket now. His reflex, he is a victim. I mean, his reflexes is clearly slowed. Slowing reflexes is hampering his batting, and there is not going to be a second wind at the age of 38. So he is a walking wicket, and he is an ensconced deadwood in the red ball team. So from that point of view, there is absolutely, when now in a month's time they're going to play a Champions Trophy, which is a white ball tournament, and in that in between, playing just one Ranji Trophy game serves no purpose. Is it? This is out and out tokenism.
clearly,
But
Shomik and
Somikta, if Surya Kumar Yadav can play Test cricket on the basis of his T20 form, then Rohit Sharma, being the Test captain, can definitely play at least one more series after playing one Ranji match and a few white ball matches.
Yeah, he can, and see, I mean, these days, I mean, things are decided, a lot of things are decided by the PR. I mean, PR makes its presence felt, but that would be unfortunate for Indian cricket, because he once again, be it England, whatever, unless he is playing on a Pata pitch in India against a mediocre bowling attack, you in red ball cricket. I'm not saying white ball cricket, because the field setup and everything would be different, power play, field restrictions. In red ball cricket, he would struggle to buy a run.
I love this about our platform. People can differ. Gargi said something different. Devashish said something different. Shubhan and Shomik managed to have a healthy debate, which is exactly what it should be about. As far as I'm concerned, we are all guilty of this. We are all guilty of glorifying Virat Kohli playing Ranji Trophy cricket. All of us made it into news. Damn it, it is his job to play domestic cricket. It is his job. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, for that matter, any cricketer, it is your job to go and play Ranji Trophy cricket. We are all guilty of this, because these fellows, somewhere down the line, we lost the plot and they did not play domestic cricket. And now, when they are, it is as if it's big news. No, it's not. It is your job to go and play Ranji Trophy cricket as and when you are available. Unfortunately, in our profession, because of these fellows and their superstar status and all, and we are guilty as well. We put our hand up yesterday in our work group. All of us were discussing. So has he told Rohan Jetli? Has he told X or Y? It is your job, Virat Kohli, to go and play domestic cricket. So is Rohit Sharma, or for that matter, anyone. So we are as guilty as anybody. As far as tokenism, the world is divided. Shomik and Shubhan already put forward their point of view. I thought it was a good show. By the way, we will count down to Pakistan, whether our friends like it or not. Every day we will do an update. 2 days to go, 1 day to go, and we will see where it goes. Someday they will hand over the washrooms, and then maybe. I was actually watching a video where they were saying chairman ka ek alag floor hai. I mean, chairman floor or chairman something, 2 VIP wings, 2 floors in Karachi. I mean, come on, boss. Ultimately, I
To
don't give a
entertain the army personnel who run Pakistan, that is the
You
box
know,
where all
you
the
know,
army personnel will sit.
problem
you
is, I saw the entire video. There is a chairman thing, there is a VIP thing, there is corporate thing. Are boss, where about the fans? पहले fan दिखाओ मुझे. It is ultimately about the common fan. It is about the common spectator that this tournament is happening, not about the VIP or the army or the politician or the ICC fellow. We know that you will take care of them and put on a mask. Tell me what you have done for the common fan. Show me their washrooms. We called out our people. In the Delhi tournament in badminton, Gargi had the courage to tell me on day one, shall we do a story? And our Badminton Association of India has already apologized on that front. If there is a mistake at our end, we will call people out. Why don't you have the courage to call your people out and say, oh, you know what, you've not done it for the common fan? We leave you guys to judge this, because clearly there are cases of double standards, and maybe press freedom is not there. Who knows?
My only concern is in their race against time, as far as Pakistan Cricket Board or the Pakistan Cricket authorities are concerned, they don't put the safety of the common fans at risk. If there is a major accident, and God forbid it doesn't happen, who would be the sufferer? The cricket-loving Pakistani public. I know firsthand that they love their cricket, and they don't want to get into this sort of politics and the thing. They love their players, they love their cricket. And this BCCI's politics and everything, PCB's, I beg your pardon, PCB's politics and everything with a political connotation. They don't put the safety of their common fans at risk.
We'll end there. And yes, somebody asked me about the Mohun Bagan game. I'll join the post-match show for sure after the match against Chennai FC at 9:30. Before that, Shubhan and Shomik will give us a detailed video update from the Eden Gardens. Fan pulse, what is going on? Devashish tells me hundreds of fans outside clubhouse. What is going on? Preparation, all of that coming up at 7 p.m. from both our senior people at the Eden Gardens. Devashish will also go back there in a bit. And tomorrow, obviously, a lot of our work will be around that. Plus, we will have updates from the Indonesian Masters 500, where Satvik and Chirag have started with a win. Gargi will focus on the badminton tournament. We will also do our football with Rahul Giri, Rohan, and myself. And end the show, our very dear Rohan celebrates his 27th birthday. So on behalf of everybody at Rev Sports, wishing Rohan a very happy birthday. Two treats due. Shubhan and Rohan. So 2 biryanis due for me. On that note, let's end the show.
And I'm just going to finish off my article. I will catch a glimpse of India's practice, and we'll finish up my article, and then I and Shubhan will go and do the video.
Done. And make sure that you guys have something in the canteen. On that note, folks, Gargi Rao, Shubhan Chakravorty, Shomik Chakravorty, Devashish Sen, it is our time to have our little feast at home with Rohan there. So thanks for watching, and do join us.